I'm Lauren from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Away Softside Carry-On, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Let's dive in. This is Away's first foray into soft-sided luggage. So this material on the outside here, this is a durable, high-strength nylon. Bringing it up a little bit closer to the camera so you can get a close look at it. It is a particularly heavy bag. So when I was lifting that up, that was a little bit difficult for me. This on its own, without anything inside, is 9.2 pounds, which is heavier than a lot of hard-sided luggage that we test. But the materials themselves feel really beefy, and for soft-sided luggage, I would definitely prefer having it be a little bit more durable, just so that it's less prone to ripping or something like that. But the material itself, you can see it kind of has, similar to Away where they have, you know, the ridges on the outside, it kind of mimics that style on the front of this bag, and then the sides are a little bit more subtle. So I think from an aesthetic standpoint, you know, here in the office we're a little bit 50-50 on whether or not people like it or not. I personally like the style of this. I think it's just kind of very subtle, very sleek. You get some benefits on the outside with some pockets without needing to have them super visible, which we'll get into in a second. But in general, if you're worried about this marking up, this is a light material. Or a light colorway. They do have a bunch of darker colorways you can choose from, so that's definitely an option. Over the course of testing, I have some markings on this. They're a little bit harder to see, but they are just kind of around like some blemishes right over there and that type of a thing, but nothing too crazy. In terms of external features, we have a top carry handle up top like normal, and then we have one on the side. So these are two places where you normally see carry handles, and they are quite beefy as well. So if I turn on the side here, you can see that they are like nice and thick, and they are made of the same material as the bag itself. So there is a decent amount of like padding on the actual carry handles themselves, which is nice so that you have a little bit more comfort when you're moving this thing from place to place. And then there's also on the very bottom a basically slip for you to shove your fingers in to use as kind of like a makeshift handle. So let's say I have this on its back, you can stick your fingers underneath here and then grab this top carry handle here and kind of move it from side to side so you can, I don't know, either like adjust it where it's in your car or pull it out of the overhead bin if you need to get like a quick grab, or move it like in your accommodations or something like that. But otherwise, like I mentioned, pretty simple on the outside. Some Away branding up top here, nothing too crazy. We also have some really smooth wheels. So these are 360 wheels, wheels that you see on a lot of other Away luggage, but also just luggage in general. This is a very common design. And with these wheels themselves, Away has very smooth wheels, and these are the same as those. I have no issues like turning on a dime or anything like that. They're also very quiet, which I prefer when you're rolling through, you know, the airport at like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's nice to not hear your luggage just kind of like rattling behind you. So I would say that these are pretty on par with other Away luggage, but better than some other like cheaper brands that we have tested. So that's very nice. And then we also have the telescoping handle back here, which has a button on the top and kind of like a smooth handle design, no like additional grip or comfort like padding or anything like that, but it's still very comfortable to hold. And there are two adjustment slots. So there's the height adjustment, that's the lowest, and then where's the second one? Second one up there. I felt that 2 was fine, but if you're extra tall or extra short, you might have some issues finding one that works for you, but no issues for me personally. I'm about 5'6". And apart from that, on the outside, the build is pretty sturdy. We have buffers, like little buffers on the back here, so that it protects the edges so that they don't cave in. And then it's also stiff right here as well to give a little bit of extra support on the bag itself, and softer here for more protection of your gear inside. This is the bag on the lower height adjustment. So you can see it kind of comes to hip height with me. Like I mentioned, I'm 5'6", and this is perfectly comfortable for me to just kind of roll the bag back and forth. And then if I want to tip it back on just 2 wheels, I can very easily roll it back and forth as well at this height. You can also put it up a little bit higher. This comes like a little bit more waist height, so you can find whatever works for you. And then whenever you're done, just push the button all the way down and it falls down completely into place. I did notice that no matter how much gear I had in here, this didn't get stuck. You know, sometimes with telescoping handles, like they'll pack out so tight that you kind of have to like push it down or put a little bit more effort in to pull it up. No matter how much gear I had in here, it moved very, very smooth. So that was really great to see. If you're finding this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Getting into the secondary compartments, looking at the bag from the outside, you honestly can't really even tell that there are any, which I personally like. I think with a lot of soft-sided luggage, if you want external pockets, you have to sacrifice the aesthetic a bit. If you like this very rectangular, flat shape, then this, you kind of get the benefit of those external pockets without needing to lose that. So I like that. The first one that we're going to look at is this very, very top pocket. This one just has a very simple Away zipper pull like the others do, and it is a decent size pocket, I would say. Let me tip this actually down on its edge. If I stick my hand all the way in there, it comes down to about here from the very top. So that's a good amount of space. Like if you wanted to put, like I had my phone in there, if you want to put your passport in here, headphones, something like that, that's a good spot for this. It's not a super deep pocket. Both of the pockets that we're going to talk about are pretty shallow. But what I like about that is that when they're full, they don't cut into the main compartment space, even if you have quite a few items in there. So that's really nice. And then when you close it, the zipper pull hides away. The disadvantage of this top pocket is that it's not super functional, just from the standpoint of if you have carry-on luggage, there's a good chance you have a personal item too. And anything that I would personally put in this carry-on luggage up here is something that would most likely go into my personal item, like my passport or my phone or my headphones, like all those things I just named would go usually into a different bag. However, if you wanted to put like a layer of gloves in here or something like that, if you're traveling somewhere cold and you want quick access to it, but you don't necessarily need it in your personal item, that would be a good spot for that. So it's a nice pocket to have the ability to use it, because sometimes I find myself just wishing I could like shove my phone or something small very easily into this bag, but not wanting to like open it all the way. But if I'm carrying like hard-sided luggage, I don't have the ability to do that. So just kind of a nice quality of life thing. The other pocket that we're going to talk about is actually very hidden. It took me like a hot second to find it. This is like under this first fold on the very, very top is a zipper pull hidden in there. This opens up, and then this is another very, very flat pocket. This pocket is definitely flatter than the one up top, but what this can be used for is a laptop. So I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro in here. That fit in there with a room to spare. I said 13-inch, that's 13-inch. A 15-inch does fit in here, but it fits basically immediately like right up against the top. But you do have a little bit of this upper space, so you can like technically like fold it, like kind of tuck it into the pocket a little bit more, and then close this zipper. So it's just kind of up to you, but a 16-inch was just slightly too big. So if you have a smaller device, this is a good spot for it. But again, this is stuff that like once this is in the overhead bin, you're not going to want to be going up and getting your stuff all the time. So for me, like sometimes I'll travel with a laptop, but I'm not working while I'm traveling. So it's nice to be able to like not have to carry a personal item that has a laptop compartment, put my laptop in here, and then I only need it when I reach my destination. So kind of cool for that. And then, like I said, these are so flat that when they're not being used, you don't have to worry about them cutting into the main compartment space, because a lot of the times some pockets can do that if they're too flat. So I did like to have that additional functionality without paying the price if I don't need it. Unlike Away's other luggage, this is a actual like true clamshell top loading piece of luggage. So getting into the main compartment, we have lockable zippers here. It actually comes with this TSA approved lock that matches the colorway of whatever bag you choose, which is nice from like an aesthetic standpoint. So you just open it up from this top zipper here. I'm gonna actually pull this up really quick. You can see it's just like the outermost zipper. This is the expansion zipper, which we'll get into in a second. So opening this up all the way, I did have some issues opening this up. Sometimes I felt like this top, if the bag wasn't completely filled out, it would cave in a little bit, and then you can kind of see like the material down here, like the zipper track, because these are reverse coil zippers. It's almost like caving down. And when I was going around some of the corners, sometimes it would get a little bit sticky, or like a little bit caught. It was just, it wasn't hard to open and close it, but it was something that I kind of had to pay attention to. So it wasn't very smooth every single time. But opening this up, you have a ton of space to work with. So this is a 32.2 liter capacity when it's not expanded, and then expanded is 37.2 liters. So you get a decent amount of expansion, it's an additional 1.75 inches of packing space. But I felt like with this here, obviously if you expand it, it's going to impact the carry-on dimensions. This one here is pretty on par when it's not expanded with other carry-ons. So it's not going to fit some like more budget airlines that are more strict, but it will fit a decent amount of them. But with the actual space that you have on the inside, this top panel is just a zippered pocket where this is where I kept like the flatter items. So like extra layers, like I mentioned, the gloves you can put on the outside if you want to, or like a hat or something like that. And this feels like it has a bit of structure because of the extra material that you're like getting on the outside here. And then when these pockets are full, they'll start to cut into this space. But like I mentioned, it's not enough to actually feel the impact of it. So that's very nice. This is just like a very flat pocket that just kind of stays out of the way if you don't need it. The rest of the space here, what I ended up doing was filling this top portion. Like I would pack my clothes underneath this compression panel, which we'll get into, and then any pouches or like extra layers I want quick access to would just go on top. So if you're not used to packing with this like true clamshell design and you're more used to that like butterfly design where you have two equal sized buckets on either side, you're gonna have to pack a little bit more strategically, but this is not an uncommon design by any means. So, you know, taking the pouches out, we have a decent amount of space here, and then the compression panel. So this is what I was talking about, this material being nice and soft here gives you a little bit of like expansion and like wiggle room. And then with this bottom half here being more structured, it keeps the bag from like pushing in too much or even expanding out too much when you start to load it with gear. And it just gives a lot more structure when you're packing it. So if I were to unbuckle this compression panel, I just like to expand these all the way and like tip them over the side so they don't get lost. But you have two zippered pockets here that I fill with like undergarments or, you know, small items, things like that. And then when I want to get to whatever's underneath, I just pull it up and flip it out of the way. I like this design because it's just flipping, like I don't have to flip it up, I flip it over, because when you flip it up, sometimes you like cut into your surrounding packing space. But underneath here, they say you can fit like 5 to 7 outfits. I would say that's pretty on par. If you pack smart, you do a capsule wardrobe, you can definitely get like, you know, a good week of traveling out of this, maybe even more. I have a size 10.5 men's shoe down here, and you can see that it fits, but with not a ton of space to spare. So if you have larger shoes, you might run into an issue there. But overall, there's a decent amount of packing space to work with, which is very good. You know, if you're gonna be using this as like your primary source of carrying all of your gear. And then up top here, we have a zippered pocket with a laundry bag. This is where I put the laundry bag on the inside, if that's something that you're into, but the zippered pocket stays nice out of the way. And then the last feature that we have is the expansion, which I'll show you real quick. So basically we have the zipper on the outside here that unzips all the way around. Just going to do that real quick. And that gives you, you know, that extra almost 2 inches of packing space on the inside. It doesn't stay up on its own. So you can see there's like a mechanism on the bottom here that we've seen before on some luggage. I think Briggs & Riley does this where they like, you can pull it up and it like locks it into place. With this, the mechanism just kind of like adds support to the actual expansion versus just being an unzipper that, or a zipper that just unzips. But it doesn't stay up, so it's only going to expand as much as the gear that you have inside. So, you know, if you were to overpack this thing, you know, you can definitely do that and it will just kind of pull up and stay in place, which I personally like. I think that gives you a little bit more flexibility versus needing to expand it, you know, the full way every single time. So that works pretty well, but like I said, without that expansion, there's still a decent amount of space to store, you know, a week plus worth of clothing in here for whatever trip. So there you have it, the Away Softside Carry-On. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.